Hello students, good morning. How are you? Hope you are hale and hearty. Dear student, I have read one recent article by a Russian scientist regarding COVID-19, and I was very happy to read that article because he has mentioned in that article that your water in a room temperature can kill coronavirus. Usually we know that a hot water can kill coronavirus, but he has mentioned in his article that the water in a room temperature can kill coronavirus. So be positive, don't need not to worry about it. If God wishes, this virus will get rid away from us. Very soon we will lead a normal life. So take as much hot water as you can. Don't take all cold things that may affect your throat. Take healthy food. Take healthy food. Do exercise. Then you wear mask, maintain social distancing, avoid going out unnecessarily. All those things, just keep in mind. Things will be all right very soon. I hope so. Okay, students. Now let us see words of the day. Fantabulous. Fantabulous. It is nothing but fantastic plus fabulous. Combination of fantastic and fabulous. Nowadays, everyone come across your word webinar. What does it mean? Web seminar. Web plus seminar. Fantastic plus fabulous. For example, the restaurant is fantabulous. The restaurant is fantabulous. Fantastic, fabulous. And another one word is worry what? By looking at the first half of the word, you can decide what does it mean. Worry what means one who always worry about things unnecessarily. For example, some people always worry about coronavirus. They are all called worrywats. A person who always worry about things unnecessarily. Unnecessarily, you should not worry. Sometimes you may worry if necessary. Unnecessarily, some people what they do? They become depressed. For example, you may say, I am always, surrounded with worrywarts, so that I become depressed. I am always surrounded by worry words, so I become depressed. So worry what? Fantabulous. These are all the words of the day. And grammar tips, let us see. Do you know about this word? Dreamt. What does it mean? Very simple. It is a past tense or past participle of dream. Past tense or past participle of dream is dreamt. Past tense and past participle of dream is dreamt. And what is the unique thing of this word dreamt? This is the only word, dreamt is the only word in English which ends with MT. This is the only word in English which ends with MT. No other words end with MT. This is the only one word in English. Dreamt. Take down this. Then next one. How can we differentiate any and either? Any for more than 2. For more than 2. What is the usage? Any of the 15 students can, any of the 15 students can lead the group. Any. Then either any two. Any two. For example, either Ravi or Rahim must go. Either Ravi or Rahim. Ravi, Rahim. Here 15. Any two. This is how you can use any or either. This is the grammar tips and words for the day for you. Take down this. Okay. Last class we have discussed R.K. Narayan's biography. In today's class we discuss the biography of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan's biography. What comes to your mind when I say Dr. S. Radhakrishnan? Yes, you are right. For what he is famous for? Yes, Teachers' Day. Teachers' Day. Usually celebrate on September 5. September 5 is celebrated as Teachers' Day. Do you know one fact? This is the birthday of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Now we shall see the biography of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, who was born and brought up in Tamil Nadu, and especially he hails from our district, the then district, Vellore district. He was born in Tirutani on September 1888. He had his schooling at that is Tiruvallur district, Lutheran Church, Lutheran Mission School in Tirupati. Then he visited Uris College for his higher studies, and he did his BA and MA philosophy in Madras Christian College. Before I discuss things in a detailed manner, both personalities, that is, for example, both were occupied the same post, but both of them had same vision and ambition and the mission. One is Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, and another one personality is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, he was the first Vice President of FIRI India and the second President of India. He was very much interested in philosophy. His contribution towards philosophy is so immense that he has propagated the Indian philosophy to the Western countries, and he has brought all the Western ideas, Western philosophies. He has taught Western philosophies to India. Likewise, these both personalities, APJ Abdul Kalam, so he was a renowned scientist. He had achieved various achievements in his own field, and likewise Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was also achieved much in the field of philosophy. But the beauty is for both of them wanted to be a teacher till they breathed their last. For both personalities, teaching was their passion. They wanted to be remembered as a good teacher. They never wished that they must be remembered as a great president. They never believed, they never wished, they never desired that either Dr. S. Radhakrishnan or APJ Abdul Kalam. This is the one similarity between these two great personalities. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, what is the main achievement of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan? Actually, in his book, which was published in 1923, Indian Philosophy, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan always believes in secularism. Actually, he has brought forward a broad-minded idea. He wanted to teach people the reality of religion. Usually, our people, have much concern on this issue, that is called as religion. But Radhakrishnan presented in a very simple, in a fair manner. As APJ Abdul Kalam says that religion is a tool. Religion is a tool. But small people use it like a weapon. Dear student, you must be well aware that what is the main aim, what is the main purpose of religion, whatever the religion. As I already told you in my previous lecture, the very purpose of religion is to guide us. A religion must teach what is the spirituality, what is social harmony. This would be the main purpose of religion. Of course, it is. But some people exploiting its crux, exploiting its theme. So the very purpose of any religion is to guide us, is to bring reformation in our life. That would be the purpose of religion. Religion, it must be so like a needle. You know that needle? It should not be served as a scissor. No. Religion should be like a needle. Do you know needle? What needle does? Needle unites two objects. Needle stitches two things. That is religion. That must be the function of any religion. A religion which acts as a scissor. What is the main function of scissor? Scissor cuts any object into two. But the reality is no religion in this world acts as a scissor. Every religion in this world acts as a needle only. But you know that who made it as a scissor, who made it as a weapon. You must be very, very careful. You must be very, very careful. First of all, that is before I enter into the complete philosophy of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, I would like to tell you a few things that, see, Dr. Radhakrishnan, after completing BA and MA in that is Madras Christian College in Chennai, then in April 1909 he was appointed to the Department of Philosophy at Madras Presidency College. Then he was selected as a professor of philosophy by the University of Mysore. Then he was he was appointed as a professor of philosophy in King George, that is fifth chair of mental and moral science at the University of Calcutta. He occupied a very great positions. He occupied a very distinguished position in his entire life. Then not only that, not only in India, even in abroad also, he has set his that is foot. That is in 1929, Dr. Radhakrishnan was invited to take the post in Principal J. Estlin Carpenter in Manchester College, Oxford. See, when he got a post, when he was invited to take a post in a Manchester College in the University of Oxford, he got an opportunity to address the foreign students. There he got an opportunity to teach our philosophy to the that is Oxford students. Thus he placed the Indian philosophy on world map. He has delivered many lectures. He has delivered many lectures. Then in 1931 he was elected as Vice Chancellor of Andhra University. So likewise, that is when India became independent in 1947, Dr. Radhakrishnan represented India at UNESCO and was later Ambassador of India to the Soviet Union from 1949 to 1952. 1949 to 1952. So his fort was, as that is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, or it is R.K. Narayan, or it is Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. That is the one thing I would like to share with you is that all these great personalities at their early age, they have fixed and strong aim in their mind. When Abdul Kalam was studying 7th standard, when his science teacher taught him gravitational force at the shore of Rameswaram, he decided that what he wanted to become. On that day, when he was studying 7th standard, he had decided that he had to study rocket science. Likewise, R.K. Narayan, in his biography that we discussed the last class, at his early age, he decided that writing is his forte. He realized that he can achieve only through writing. So he has decided to become a full-time writer. So likewise, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, when he was studying at his school, he realized that he knew that philosophy was his main talent. So the thing is that how they fixed, and with that, after fixing aim, they tried to excel in that particular field. See how focused they are. How focused they are. See, particularly, he believes in the concept of Advaita Vedanta. He believed in the concepts of Advaita Vedanta. Then how he is classifying worshippers? First, the worshippers of the absolute, the worshippers of the absolute, the worshippers of the personal God, the worshippers of the incarnation like Rama, Krishna, Buddha, the worshippers of ancestors and deities, then finally the worshippers of the petty forces and symbols. This is how Radhakrishnan in his philosophy classified the worshippers. See, the thing is that Dr. S. Radhakrishnan always considered this world as a single family. This world as a single family. And he strongly believes God is one. God has no image. And he never gives importance to idol worship. And the beauty is, all the chief religion of this world believe in this concept. Every religion says that God is one. God has no image. There is no idol worship. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan also believes in the same concept. See, of course, people call God by so many names. People call God by so many names. But the final point, but the end point is one, which is the Almighty. It is like a bus stand. Different, that is color buses, different, types of buses comes from different direction. They are carrying passengers in it. But finally, where they assemble in a bus stand. That is the one source of light. It is Almighty God. Directions are different directions, but the meeting point is one. Meeting point is one. So Dr. S. Radhakrishnan is strongly believe in this concept. He also says that God is one. God has no image. And somebody asked him that why the Hindu brothers worship statues. Because they are all, crammed statues. It is engraved by human being. For that, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan gave a very simple reply. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan says that statue has nothing in it. That statue has no power. That we are not worshipping that statue, and we know that statue is nothing but it is a very ordinary thing. And he replied that just to focus the attention, we need an object. That is why we have erected out a statue. What a beautiful reply given by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. If everyone tries to understand the concept, then there will be no any differences in this world. People can easily understand the concept of religion. So this is the main crux of his philosophy, and that is the works of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. The Hindu View of Life he published in 1926. An Idealist View of Life he published in 1929. Then another work, Eastern Religions and Western Thought, 1939. The Dhammapada, which was published in 1950. Religion and Society in 1947. The Principle of Upanishads in 1953. Recovery of Faith, 1956, a source book in Indian philosophy in 1957. So all the works But despite all his contribution to society, despite his very successful political career, he always wanted to be a great teacher. He was a very famous teacher. Once his student, asked Dr. S. Radhakrishnan to celebrate his birthday. Then Dr. S. Radhakrishnan says that instead of celebrating September 5th as my birthday, you can celebrate as a Teacher's Day. You can celebrate as Teacher's Day. Henceforth, his birth date, that is September 5, has been celebrated as a Teacher's Day. That is the day that we acknowledge the contribution of teacher. We respect teachers. We follow their very good thoughts and principle of teachers. We remember Dr. S. Radhakrishnan for your work. Thank you very much.